Good morning, everyone. Come on in. Welcome to March 3 post snow. If you are new to our stream, welcome. My name is Belinda and I'm with Just Be Yoga. We are located in Lansing, Michigan. We're a donation based community outreach center. We practice all kinds of different forms of yoga. Today we're doing a yoga flow, so we're going to stay in some movement and feel the body's willingness to go with the flow. Notice what comes up for us and treat ourselves with some kindness. So if you are with us, feel free to write in the comments, whether you're here on YouTube or whether you're here on Facebook, and just let me know that you're here. I will look up at the comments now and again just to kind of say hello back and see if there's any questions folks are having. But without further ado, we're going to get started. All right. So I'm going to head on back to the yoga mat and get us going. Yay, Carrington. Ashe, ashe, ashe. All right. Let's make our way to our mat. And we're going to start in child's posture. Please, if anything is uncomfortable on your knees, on your back, change it. Change it to what's comfortable for you. Don't worry about what do I change it to? All right. If you need to skip something, if you need to take a break, please do. That's a huge part of just being, right? Learning how to be with ourselves and in acceptance of our truth in that moment. All right. We're going to get started in our child's pose. So feel free to come to your hands and knees at the back of your mat. Sorry, trying to get my sounds going. You could put a pillow down for your head to rest on if that would be more comfortable. Knees wide is often a more comfortable place for the belly and for the chest. You could even turn your head to one side. And just start to let the mind let go of what it was just thinking about. And give yourself the time that it takes for you to just arrive in this moment on your mat. This moment ready to practice and feel being. Feel your hips, feel your legs. Another reminder to shift and rearrange the body if there's something uncomfortable in the ankles, the knees, the chest. And then we could start to invite maybe a smoother, deeper breath. And that's up to you, okay? So what's deeper for you isn't the same deeper for me, and that's okay. Just connect with the flow of this life force energy of breath going in and out of the body. Connecting with the cycles of life. Notice how the breath is feeling in the belly, the back. Maybe it's the first time in a while that we've started to really just pay attention and spend time with our breath. If they aren't already reached out in front of you, I invite us to lengthen the arms and just feel the change in the body. Feel the armpits, the shoulders, and notice the breath. Maybe that upper body feels more spacious. Maybe some of us feel super tight by doing that. We never force anything in our practice. And start to really ingrain this in ourselves so that when we are moving, maybe a little more swiftly, that you remember If you're joining, let's shift forward to hands and knees. Breathing in, maybe lean the chest a little further forward. And exhale, sink it back. And then we'll breathe in as we're coming forward. There's about to be a snowblower going by my house. Exhale as you sink it back. And just start to feel a fluid movement, feeling the body stay in motion. Breathing in, relax the neck. Feel the arms becoming more substantial. Exhale, sinking back, letting that weight settle into those legs. And then let's breathe in as we come forward and tuck the toes under. And ask the hips if they want to lift. Dropping the head down. Those knees can remain soft and we can pedal those heels up and down. Feeling continuing movement. Noticing what feels stable and rooted in the body. Notice how fluid movement is moving through you. Maybe it doesn't feel that fluid. Maybe it feels choppy. We can turn our head left and right, waking up our awareness of the whole body. And then if you want, we could press the heels back a little. Don't worry about what my body looks like. Just try to listen and feel this experience in your own. Breathing in. Exhale, let's bring the right knee down. Step the left foot up. Step the right foot up. Halfway lifting. So just lifting the chest up, perpendicular, and forward fold. Maybe lightly bending the knees. Let's breathe in and come all the way up, rising, maybe reaching those arms up. Exhaling, flowing that upper body down. Halfway lifting. And we'll bring the palms down and step one leg back. You can bring the knee down. That's a transition. Step the other knee back. Lean the chest forward into a plank on hands and knees and lower down, breathing out. Lifting the chest a little bit, seeing how much that chest wants to move. Exhale to child's pose, sinking the hips back. You could flip the palms up if you like. Let your head go. Breathe. Feel the pace of your heart. Feel any heat that's building in the body. And if you're joining, let's reach those arms back out in front of us. Inhale as we come forward. Lift the hips up and back, downward facing dog. You might want to readjust where those feet are. You can keep those knees nice and soft. Sorry about this snowblower. I'm sure it's temporary. Breathe in, look forward, and you can bring a knee down to step up or just step the feet up. Breath in, feel how smooth that felt or difficult. Forward fold, letting that upper body go. And we'll bend the knees, sinking the bottom down, lifting the chest up. Hands can be to prayer. Hands could be at your hips. Hands and arms could be raised. That's up to you. Tailbone under. Breathe, chair pose. Exhaling, straightening the legs, letting that upper body go. Feel that spine. Is it resisting? Is it just yielding and softening? Halfway lifting. Palms down. Let's step back to plank. That could be hands and knees plank or an extended plank, and lower it down. Breathing in. Let's lift the chest. Cobra, elbows bent. Exhaling, downward facing dog. Right leg lifts. Keep the hip neutral if you can. So try not to twist that hip open. Feel that left heel pressing down toward the floor. And we'll step the right foot up. You can grab it with your hand and help it up there if it isn't moving very far. Back foot flat. Aim those left toes to the front left corner of the mat. And we're coming up. Warrior one. Maybe notice, did you come up too fast? Did you knock yourself over? Hips are forward, spine is lifting. Stay connected with that breath. Inhale. Exhale, we'll bring the hands down. Step back to plank. Exhale as we lower through. Lifting the chest. Relax the shoulders. Exhale to downward facing dog. Hips are up. Head is releasing. Maybe pedal those heels if you need. Feel the tension in your calves. Left leg lifts. You don't have to lift it very high. And we'll step the left foot through. Back heel is down. Breath in as we're lifting. Hands where you want them to be in your warrior. Feel your legs holding you up. Shoulders at ease. How at ease can we be in the body as we're moving, as it's working, as it's lengthening? Hands down, stepping back to plank. Remember, you could use those knees. Lowering down. Find that breath. Keep it with you. Breath in. Lift only so far as your chest and your arms will allow. Exhale to child's pose. So notice here, take a moment, feel the pace of your heart. Feel the heat flowing through your body. Feel muscles that are telling you that they've been doing some work. Be honest about the amount of rest that you need. You can always come back to this posture. If you're joining, let's breathe in and shift forward. Feel your arms giving you stability. Tuck the toes, lifting the hips, down dog. We may quicken here, so try to stay calm, stay connected with your breath. Breath in, exhale, step the feet up in between your hands. Halfway lifting, forward folding. Those knees could be soft. Let's breathe in and come all the way up, lengthening, reaching, growing taller. Exhaling, forward folding, folding into ourselves. Halfway lifting, palms down, stepping back to plank, and lower down. Breath out. Inhale, cobra. Maybe that waist and that spine is loosening up. Exhaling, downward facing dog. Breathe in. Step the feet up in between the hands. Remember, you could put a knee down first. Halfway lifting. Forward folding. Maybe we're pulling it in this time. Bending the knees, sinking the hips, lifting it up chair. Tailbone is under. And forward fold. Let that upper body go. Relax your jaw. Halfway lifting. Palms down. Let's step back to plank. Take a breath. And exhale as you lower, feeling your body supporting you as you lower. Breathe in. Feel how much the chest and the arms want to support you here. Exhaling to downward facing dog. Be honest. If you need a break, take a break. Right leg lifts. Breathe in. Exhale, stepping that foot up in between the hands. Back foot flat. Breathing in, coming up for warrior one. Don't move more than the body will support. Try not to knock ourselves over. We'll bring the hands down. Step back to plank. Lower through. Breathing in, cobra. Could I relax my shoulders here? And downward facing dog. If your breath is getting rushed or ragged, take a breath. Take a break. Left leg lifts. Breath in. Stepping that left foot up. Back heel is down. Rising up. Breathing in. Warrior one. Exhale brings us down. Stepping back to plank. Taking a breath. Use the exhale to lower. Breathing in, cobra. Exhaling, downward facing dog. Let's take 5 breaths right here. Maybe you want to pedal it out. Maybe you want to work your neck. Feel where you are in your practice. What parts of your body are saying, "Whoo, I need a break," or haven't moved like this in a while? We get to be honest in our bodies. We're not here to force or make a demand. Breathe in, look forward. Let's step the feet up in between the hands. Halfway lifting, forward folding. Good. Let's come all the way up. Breathing in and hands to prayer. Good. Let's bring the hands behind the back. Maybe bend the knees a little, hips forward, and see how much the chest wants to open by rolling the shoulders back. Breath and bring it forward. Maybe holding on to those arms, maybe letting it go. Some of us may want to hold a strap here instead. Release those arms, halfway lifting. Left hand comes down to the floor. You could put a block down, a book, a chair, and twist the chest open to the right. Breath in, breath out. Let's switch. Right palm down, strong and straight, and twist in the waist. Feel the breath. Can you push that breath? Can you extend it into the belly? And release. Halfway lifting. Let's step that right foot back. Deep lunge. Stay on the toes. Checking in as to whether those legs can support us to come up for crescent warrior. Hands could be at your hips. Sinking in the saddle. Maybe lifting. Breath in. Exhale, let's twist it open to the left. How open can our heart be? How open are we to new possibility? Where's that breath? Inhaling it back up, pushing that right heel back. Feel it giving you stability. We'll spin that right foot flat, sink into that left knee. Warrior two, shoulders down. Maybe do a few shoulder rotations. Connect with your breath. Right arm down the back leg, reverse. Sink in those hips. Relax your neck. We'll windmill the hands down. Spin onto the right toes. Step that right foot up. Halfway lifting. Forward folding. Good. Let's inhale all the way up. Let's breathe. Are we still growing tall? Bringing those hands behind the back. Maybe change the interlace. Grab a strap or a towel. Open up the chest, slight bend in the knees, asking the chest if it wants to open. And we'll come forward. Let that head go. Let whatever go that doesn't need to be supporting us right now. Yoga is a wonderful practice to start to learn what areas of the body are still doing things and being active and tense when we don't need them to. They've kind of gotten stuck. Release those arms when you're ready, halfway lifting. Let's start with the right palm down and twist. Breathe. Could you lengthen the neck away from the body? And release. Left palm down, firm and strong, twisting it open to the right. Be mindful. If you need to take a break, take a break. And forward fold, release. Halfway lifting, we're going to step that left foot back. You could always just have the knee down if this feels like it's too much work on the legs. Coming up for crescent warrior. Notice what areas are tight and don't want to move, don't want to let you in. Sink in those hips. Maybe lifting, breath in. Exhale, let's twist it open to the right. Notice how the back feels on this side. Notice what the legs are doing to give us support. How about the chest? Is it open or is something cramping and crunching? Breath in. Let's lift. You could get fancy and start to lift that gaze. And let's spin the left foot flat, opening it up. Warrior two. Feel those hips. Tailbone is under. Let's take a moment and hear our own breath. Take a moment and feel your own heartbeat. Feel your body working for you to hold you in this shape. Left arm down the back leg. Reverse. Could you bend that right knee maybe a little bit more? Maybe not. Maybe also means maybe not. We all are exploring. We've all lived in our bodies differently for different time periods. And we'll windmill the hands down. Let's step to plank. Why don't we? Breath. And we'll lower it down. And then see, could we just push it right back up? Breath. Downward facing dog. Breathe in. Breathe out. Let's shift it back forward to plank. Feel that breath. Feel your legs. Maybe squeeze those legs and lower it through. Inhale, cobra, shoulders back, offering the heart. Exhale, downward facing dog. Breathe in. Breathe out. Squeeze those thighs. Get honest with yourself. You've got nothing to prove. Inhale. Let's look forward and step the feet up in between your hands. Halfway lifting. Forward folding. Bend the knees, sinking it back. Chair pose. Tailbone is under. Can we connect with the lifting rather than just connecting with the legs sinking, right? This can dominate all of our attention. All right, let's try to get that tailbone tucked, shoulders down. You can always sit up higher. You got nothing to prove. Inhale. Let's lengthen the chest forward. Settle in, belly on the thighs. And then maybe bring that right elbow outside of the left knee, palms together, twisting chair. As I push this left hand down, the chest twists open. And I feel breathing and living and existing in this shape. Good. We'll reach it forward. Breath. Forward fold. Maybe pull it in. Feel the muscles releasing that work. And then we'll bend the knees and sink it back into chair. Feel that breath. Maybe choose a different height of chair. Inhaling. Exhaling. Lengthening forward. Are we believing that? Are we feeling that? Do you feel lengthen your waist? Lengthen the rib cage? Left elbow, right knee, palms together, pressing that right palm into the left, twisting from the waist, sitting with the heat that's building. Search the body for an area of ease so that that heat doesn't overwhelm us. And we'll reach forward. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Forward, fold, let it go. Don't be in a hurry. Savor it. Let that head go. Feel the length of your spine. Halfway lifting. Good. Let's bring the right palm down. And I've said before, you could put a block here if you like, so you don't have to reach down so far. Would love the palm to be flat on whatever you have as a surface. And we'll twist that left arm open. See if the chest, see if the waist want to move, or are we just wrenching the shoulder? Try to keep the chest over the thumbs. Feel that breath. And then if you want, play with lifting the right leg. It could be this low. Maybe you're starting to feel steady and want to see if you can lift that right leg up a little bit more. Feel your breath. We need that right arm. Say thank you, right arm. Left leg. Take some ease, take some love with you. Good. We're going to lower this right foot down. Bring the left hand down, and we're going to switch. Left hand down, nice and rooted. It's a new arm leg. So I got to support it. I got to let it support me like a leg. Twisting the chest open to the right. Feel your breath. We're not in any hurry. You're not performing. We're practicing. Feel the support that right leg and left arm are giving you. And then maybe just play with lifting the left foot just a little. Maybe we find out that's not so bad and we start to lift that left leg a little higher. Maybe we go really high, but then we suddenly realize, oh, I haven't breathed like for the last 4 seconds. Good. We'll bring that left foot down, right hand down, halfway lifting, palms down, stepping the plank. Lower down as slowly as you can. And just feel your body showing up for you. Good. Let's lift it up, cobra. Shoulders back, lifting through the top of the head. Maybe turn the neck a few times. And child's pose. Feel your heart rate. Feel the room you're in. Know the day, the time of the day. Experience this moment of being. Get out of your head. Be right here. Listen to what the belly is wanting to tell you. Listen to what those hips want to tell you. Good. We're going to sit up and we're going to come to seated. Some of you might want to explore coming to seated, just kind of seeing, could my torso support me so that I could swing the legs through? Good. Sitting upright, shoulders back, maybe a few shoulder rotations. Let go of the past. Let go of everything we've done up to this point and be here. And change the rotation. Notice what your body is grateful for right here, how it's restoring. Notice the parts of the body that are telling you that they've shown up for you in different ways. We'll press the backs of the legs down, lifting through the spine. Let's walk the hands around to the left. Breath in. Exhale, twist the waist. Can I grow tall through the back of my neck? Do I want to feel spaciousness? And gently release. Let's lengthen, mostly through the ribs and the waist. Could I lift through there? Not through the shoulders. Breath in. Exhale, forward fold. We get to open ourselves to new possibility and capacity in this physical body we live in. We get to feel how it's showing up for us, where it's setting its limits. Breath. We get to notice when we are breaking the boundaries of our own limits, when we're not respecting our own limits. Can we bring all of the kindness that we exhibit to others in actions and words and intentions into ourselves? And we'll roll that spine up. Feel that breath. Feel the change of bringing the head back upright. Does it give you an uplifted feeling? Does it give you a new clearing feeling? And we'll travel the hands around to the right. Try not to bring that hand too far back. You keep it close to that hip. Breath in, shoulders down, and twist the waist to the right. And see how aware you can be of the whole body while you're here. What are my toes feeling? They actually feel pretty good, right? What do the tops of my thighs feel? They feel pretty good. My spine actually feels lengthened with the twist. I backed off the twist a little bit because my breath wasn't feeling like it was in the party fully. And let's gently release the twist. Feel the body releasing it. I can feel remnants of it in this shoulder. And then lengthening, lifting, invitation. It's an invitation for space. Believing that there's more space for us to occupy, to discover in our bodies. And exhale, coming forward. Those hands could rest somewhere on your legs. Some of us can hold the feet. Maybe you're grabbing the toes. Breath in, lift the chest a little. Exhale, pull the chin and the chest in the direction of the toes. Not face smash toward the shins. Shoulders back. And feel the breath moving in your back, in the belly. And we'll roll that spine up. We'll draw those knees in. Some of us are going to start right here and just hold the knees, sitting as upright as we can with the spine. That can be enough. We're going to feel that work, feel the belly contracting toward the back of the spine, holding the upper body. Others of us may want to release the arms. Whole new game. We got nothing to prove. I'm definitely a person who loves a challenge, and so I get to call myself out and just say, could I have accepted a space of ease and still feel the level of work that's there? Breath. Maybe lift one leg. That could be a big ask. Let's try to keep the inner thighs together if we can. Shoulders back, get a smile on our face. We woke up today. Breath. Feel the vitality of life within us. Let's bring that foot down, lift the other. Notice what's going on in the hips, the thighs, the spine, the breath. And if you want, we'll lift the other foot, chest staying up. Try not to lean back. We're going to bring that chest up like a rope, lifting us up. Breath. You don't have to. Those feet could come right back down to the ground. Breath. Good. Bottoms of the feet together. Sitting up tall in the spine. Notice what wants to collapse. When we're kind of giving up, when we're pulling the cord on our own engagement and intention. Feel that heat inside of us dissipating. Don't be in a hurry to shift it. We get to feel states of change, and then they're not as scary later in life in a different context. And then we let ourselves maybe come forward and then listen to the back. Might need to be listening to these inner thighs. Might not want to go very far. Are we yanking and pulling and tugging? Or are we finding a nice little sweet spot of acceptance where you can still feel some pull of tension, some stretching? But it's a little softer. Check your faces, check your neck for tension. Good, and we'll slowly roll that spine upright. And let's make our way back to child's pose. All right. Maybe change something about your child's pose. Maybe those knees are closer together and you feel, maybe a little more compressed. Maybe it's helping us access feeling length in the back of the neck. Notice how often in your practice you hear a thought of, is this right? Or is this supposed to be? Kind of noticing our thinking mind interjecting into this practice. And just say, thanks, no thanks. Don't need you right now. I'm just going to feel this experience. Feel my body folding over itself. Feel my body exploring length. Noticing what things feel like. If you want, we'll bring the hands to the ankles or heels. I like to try to have the inner thighs together for this. Placing the head as close to your knees as is comfortable. And then this could be more than enough. I'm trying to get as much of the top of my head onto the floor as I can. And then just feel that, right? Because that's weird enough, right? Sitting here, got my arms on my legs and my head is on the floor. And then if you want, lift the hips, rolling more onto the top of the head, pulling the shoulders up, and just experience your neck. Feel the lengthening of the muscles in the neck. Try not to dump weight into the head. If anything, keep the contact and try to feel a lifting energy, an uplifting feeling. This is rabbit pose or apanasana. And we'll bring those hips down. Reach those arms out in front of us. Shifting forward, spread the palms wide. Come into an awareness of spaciousness and capacity in the palms. Could those fingers widen any further away from one another? Feel how much weight is in the heels of your palms. Could you distribute your weight over each digit and feel them actually doing weight bearing? And we'll tuck the toes and lift the hips up, downward facing dog, and ask the chest if it would like, if it could, sink toward the floor. Soften the shoulders. Feel the role your legs are playing. Feel the role the arms and the chest and the waist are playing. Hear that breath. Tilt the tailbone up. Everything can't be going down. We need up to alleviate pressure on the down. Good. We'll look forward and travel the feet up in between our hands. Halfway lifting. Forward folding. Try not to squeeze the core muscles here. And let gravity pull on the spine downward. Good. Let's come all the way up. One smooth, long, soothing breath. And hold here, shoulders down. Notice what this does to our overall countenance, our perspective. Maybe you can feel more daylight. We feel a little lighter. Maybe a little back bend. Pushing the feet down, knees forward a little, hips forward, chest up, up, arcing the spine. Breathe. Feel your waist support you. Feel your legs supporting you. And then forward fold. Starting to slow some things down. Halfway lifting, but still feeling activity and movement. We'll step that right leg back, deep, long lunge. Be sure that you feel stable. You might need to squeeze inner thighs together. Notice how that gives you a little bit more firmness in this base. Coming up for this crescent, pulling this right heel back, sinking in the hips, settling in. And from that space, do we trust that we could grow tall in the upper body? We'll split it open to the left. We've been here once before, so maybe the body feels a little bit more familiar. But we're also slowing it down a little, so it requires a little bit more stick-to-itiveness. And we'll drop that left arm down, lifting up, crescent. Spinning that right foot flat, opening it up, pressing that left knee open. Feel the hips, warrior two. Soften in this groin and sink. Maybe massage, touch, caress parts of the body. How are they doing? What do they need? Those arms could float. Your hands could be a prayer. Feel your breath. We'll slowly straighten that left leg and reach the arms, shoulders down. Now send this right hip back. Just send it back. Keep that left leg straight. Squeeze the left thigh. And we'll let this left arm find a point for stability on the leg somewhere. Shoulders back and down. So notice I'm not saying bring the left hand to the floor. I'm getting this side body to slip down into a slot like a toaster. Relax the neck. The gaze could be up, the gaze could be down. A little bit of a hip thrust. What do we notice in that right hip when we do it? Do we feel length on the whole right side of body? We'll start to bend the left knee and let that left forearm rest on that left thigh. Press the baby toe edge of that right foot into the mat. Feel your breath. Feel your heartbeat. Feel the state of your being right here. Who are we right here? Are we powerful? Are we free? Are we open? And we'll bring this right hand down to the floor. I'm going to spin onto the right toe. I'm going to bring the right knee down. And then I'm going to wiggle this left foot to the right a little. And have this leg in the shape of a 7. Now you might want to put a block or a pillow under that left hip. You could also bring this left heel close to the groin. Sitting upright for a moment, feeling the torso's ability to pull itself away from the bottom body. What do we get to experience? What area of the body has to loosen to let that happen? To let me in. And then when you're ready, we'll let this upper body come forward and notice what we notice. Remember, you can readjust. If anything is too intense, it's sending out red alert alarms. We don't ignore those signs. We don't ignore the body telling us what it needs for its safety, its emotional safety, as well as its physical safety. But if there's a level of intensity that you can hold and isn't sending you red alerts, can you soften around that intensity? Slow down any pressure we're putting on ourselves and just feel the tissues. Feel their reluctance or their willingness. Not just the area that's obvious, right? What's going on in the shoulders and the spine, the neck. That back leg, what's it doing? What's it got to say? It's like, oh, wait, I got another leg? Yeah, we do. I hope. Some of us do. I don't know if I've got some folks who have one leg. See if you can ask the breath to slow down and notice what that does to our mind, our demeanor. Maybe our spirit starts to slow down too. Let all of the parts of us catch up to us so that we're staying unified. We don't fracture and fray ourselves. When you're ready, we'll walk our way up. Please stay there if you want to stay there. And we'll shift back into that right knee and step that left knee back, and we'll find a child's pose. Some of you might want to do some hip rotations in this left hip. That's up to you. And then we'll settle into that child's pose once more. What's new about this child's pose? What is it helping us restore in body and breath and mind? Who are we in this child's pose? And then if you're joining, we're going to shift forward. Please, if you still need to rest in that posture, take it. It's so powerful to give ourselves the rest we need. If you're coming into downward dog, make sure it's with ease. It's with kindness, it's with joy, maybe curiosity, devotion. And we'll step our way up in between the hands. Take as many steps as you need. Halfway lifting. Forward folding. Maybe soften the knees a little. Take a few breaths here, seeing if you can really yield to gravity. What parts of your body can you feel willingly yielding, softening to gravity so that you feel pull somewhere on the body? Feel gravity sagging, pulling on the body. Halfway lifting, and we're going to step this left leg back for this lunge one more time. And when you feel stable, we'll come up for a crescent. Notice your hips, tailbone under if you can, asking the spine, can the bones stack on top of one another? Can the muscles work in harmony with the bones stacked and aligned? Pulling this left heel back. Maybe that hip is saying, whew, that's too much. You could always have that knee down instead. We can lengthen and twist to the right. Right, so I've stayed here with this knee down as an example. Breath. There's still something to explore. It's not like the body isn't still supporting us and doing work. And we'll drop that right arm down, lifting that right arm up. And then we'll straighten that left leg and spin it flat, opening up those hips, warrior two. Say hello. Whew. Meet ourselves where we are right now. What's loose? Take the pressure out. This is a practice of love, right? Feeling the body and what it can do. It can show up for us. The amount of heat it can generate. It can activate. Anything we set in motion, we're activating. Right? Just getting out of bed and just walking in and out of the house. That's our engine activating for us, but we get to feel what's the capacity and possibility, letting the body explore and express its capacity. And we'll straighten that right leg. We don't want to just ask it to find a capacity one day and it's never practiced it. We'll ask this hip, this left hip, does it want to move to the left? Can I feel the right side of the body lengthening and let that right hand fall wherever it may and give a little hip thrust? That left hand could rest on your hip. Hear your breath. Stay committed, stay devoted to the breath. Maybe send some gratitude to this breath. Feel your breath, your heart, all your flesh, your organs working together to give us all of this vitality of life. Feel your being. We'll start to bend that right knee and maybe push that right knee to the right a little if that hip says okay. If the hip's saying no, then don't do it. Length, spaciousness in this body. Where do you want that arm? Some of us might want to say, spaciousness in this whole left side of body. I could do that. Bending in this right knee. Can the hips give me stability? The groin give me stability while I'm here? Can more muscles help each other rather than one set of muscles doing it all? We'll bring this left hand down, spinning onto the left toes, bringing this left knee down. Now I'm going to wiggle this right foot over. Again, this heel could come in toward the groin. You could have a pillow under that right butt. Sometimes having that leg lengthened behind, that's too much. You could always just bring that knee up here. Remember, this isn't a one size fits all. There's no goal. There's a one day I need to be like that. No, I got to respect where I am and feel all of my potential and capacity with serenity right here. With serenity. And then allow that upper body to come forward. And this side is saying, you slowed your roll. So I'm not going to go as far down instantly. And I feel some angriness in that hip that's saying, maybe just give me a couple more breaths and check back in. And I'm like, cool. All right, I can do that. That's a contract I'm willing to make. Ah. Maybe something starts to melt and let go in your body. And oftentimes, something can start to tense and tighten, start to resist. And we're here for it all. We're here to get to notice it all. We're here to care for it all. How are we moving on our mat as an act of care for ourselves? Care for the breath. Care for the mind that's probably so tired of always thinking, analyzing, worrying. So take this moment. You ain't got to worry about half the stuff, all the stuff, that whatever's on your mind right here, right now, you can deal with it later. Give yourself the rest. Start to become familiar with what rest feels like. And when you're ready, please stay there if you want, if it's getting good. But if you're ready, if you want to come up, feel the spine, coming upright. Stuff is shifting. And I'll just shift onto the right hip and I'll bring this left leg forward. Legs out in front of us one more time. Those legs could be separated if you prefer, right? What? That's a thing I could do, something that feels a little better for me. Yeah, practice it on your mat. And then, oh my goodness, take it out into the real world and practice what's good for you. Lift the chest. I'm not even going to reach the arms this time. I just want to feel the chest lift and then let my upper body come forward. Go ahead and round the spine if you want. I'm going to keep these legs stable and active. So I'm pushing the backs of the legs down. And just seeing how loosely the spine wants to drape forward. Feel the abundance and the roundness of the belly. And rolling that spine up, so patient. Just with wonder, with curiosity. Ooh, what will I feel when I lift another half a centimeter? Ooh, what's it going to feel like if I lift just a few more millimeters? Ooh, what's different in this level right here? Sometimes our practice is less about learning what more we can do, but learning to appreciate levels of nuance and levels of less. Right? But it means I've got to be aware, and I want to explore it. I want to learn what emptiness and ease are. Right? It's just as much a discovery of ease and less rather than more and push. So when you're ready, if you need to give yourself support, you could bring the hands behind you for support. We'll bring ourselves down onto the back and just take a few breaths, maybe 5 breaths, and just let the body weight start to settle and sink. Feel areas that are still sinking, still letting go. Everything takes time. Nothing is instant. Everything is always still in motion, shifting. If we're alive, there is nothing that is static. Everything is changing always. Relax the muscles in your belly and just feel those organs. What are they doing? Maybe you hear a gurgle. Maybe you're feeling something moving around, even if it's the heartbeat and the breath. Those are kind of obvious. They're right there for us. Now I'll invite us to draw the left knee in toward the chest, not using the arms. Just see the leg do its own thing. So, hey, leg, do you want to come up here? And then just feel, oh, the belly had to help me with that. My back had to help me with that. Maybe push your back into the floor a little and notice how the core engages a little to help pull that knee a little higher. And then we'll ease into a spinal twist, rolling over onto that right side, letting that left knee fall. Again, we're not going to yank and tug on the spine, so maybe the spine wants to twist, but it starts off a little tighter. I'm not in any rush. I'm not in a hurry. I'm here as an act of care and kindness to my body. Right? We don't show up for a friend that's like sad and we're like, I'm here for you. And we don't show up and go, hurry up. Right? So let's not do that to our own bodies. We arrive here on this mat with a willingness to keep kindness, non-harming first, and honesty, a willingness to practice moderation, a willingness to stick with it, some act of devotion, some level of commitment. Checking that our intentions are pure. And studying ourselves, seeing ourselves. What have we been avoiding? What are we breezing through, just doing it so fast that we barely ever experienced it? Are we always in a rush? You can feel that in your muscles. You can feel that in your joints. Are we willing to let the body surprise us and show us something new? If we practice that patience and that kindness, what will open up in a joint, in a level of strength, in a level of flexibility? And we'll gradually come on back to center. Maybe hug the knee with the arms, feeling the leg receive some support and assist. Right? Previously, like it had to work on its own, and now we get to feel ourselves giving ourselves loving support. What's the range in that hip when you hug it? Because you could hug it tighter with the arms. Right? So we get to experience a different level of contraction in that. I'll release that leg and just take a few breaths. Feeling the body, let that go. Feel the thigh, let that go. Feel the stages of letting go. How would we describe what we're feeling beyond letting go and release? What is it feeling like? Is there a heaviness? Is there a tingle or a hum or a glow? When you're ready, we'll ask the right leg to come up toward the chest and feel what its expression of this movement feels like. And we feel our back on the floor. What would happen if we pressed the arms and the shoulders into the mat? How does that affect our ability to move that leg? Because we live in this intricate system, this body that is connected, and we get to feel all that interconnection. And when you're ready, we'll explore a spinal twist on this side. Maybe you start to explore this side and your back is like, I don't even want to go there. Will you come out or do you just insist? Will you adjust and kind of accept less of a twist because that's meeting yourself where you are? If your body really wants to go into it, are you holding yourself back? Bring that curiosity, that beginner's mind curiosity, and an acceptance of the moment. Accepting ourselves as we are right here, right now. And then can we love it all? That's that care. Am I loving this aliveness right here? My body's expression of it, my breath's expression of it. Or am I still trying to tinker with it to make it mo better, right? That's not love. Let's just let's just say, yeah, this is good. Thank you, body. Thank you for every sensation I can feel. It's letting me know my nerve endings are alive, my brain's working. Be grateful for the body functions we're not in charge of, because, good Lord, if I was in charge of my breath, I would have suffocated years ago. Right? If I was in charge of digestion and heartbeat, I'd be a serious hot mess. So some gratitude for the parts of us that are showing up for us and we don't have to do anything for it. When you're ready, we'll come out of the twist. Feel the body in the stages of coming out. And feel that hug if you want to hug that knee in. What parts of the body are really enjoying? Oh, this hug. My low back is enjoying it. My neck is enjoying it. And I'll invite us to bring both knees in, giving them a hug, maybe rocking and rolling a little. Feeling the body weight shifting across that spinal column, that midline. Feeling the right side of the body bear this body weight. The left side of the body, the hip, the ribs, the shoulder. This is what it feels like for that section of my body to be my support. Is it a gentle, trusting support, or does it feel rigid? Well, when you're ready, we'll stop rocking and just straighten the legs. Upper body doesn't have to do anything, so can we actually practice the not doing anything? And what's the least amount that the legs need to do to stay here? Experience the breath. Stay here as long as you can if you're kind of relaxed and at ease. At any point in time, if you're losing that ease, let's just gently bring the legs down, straightening them out, and let the body come to this still point. Lying down in stillness and silence. This isn't nothing. This isn't going away. This is another pose. This is a practice of being in this body and noticing in stillness and silence what's distracted, what's uncomfortable, what's fidgety, what feels free and open, liberated, connected. What are we noticing? What is being? Be with your being right here. Ask yourself, have I completely let go? Maybe squeeze something and then release the squeeze and notice the difference. It might reveal to you, oh yeah, no, I was still holding on somewhere. Notice how your mind feels, how your spirit feels. Are we at ease? Is this what harmony feels like? And then invite gentle movements. Let them be as subtle as you like. Not being in a rush. Notice if you are in a rush instantly. We don't want to rip ourselves out of a space of ease and harmony. Or maybe we get to notice ourselves and see our disharmony, say, yo, I need to have control again. And when you're ready, we'll bring ourselves upright to a sitting space. Sit any way that's good for you. All right, so if you want to be cross-legged, be cross-legged. If you'd like your legs out wide or straight out in front of you, one leg bent, one leg straight, go crazy. Right? Because as you start to practice your yoga, you're getting to connect with you, your truth, and practice my truth. Scary to practice my truth sometimes, because my truth may not look like your truth, so maybe that means I'm doing it wrong. Take a few breaths and just kind of notice the passage of time, the time of day, how you feel being in this present moment, how connected you feel with your body and your spirit as a whole, right? Not fractured, hopefully a little less fractured. And if you'd like to join, one hand to the heart, one hand to the belly. I think it's very important to bring intentional touch into our practice. And feeling, what do I intend right now? And can I send it into myself? Can I absorb it into myself? Notice what came up for you. What did you discover with curiosity about yourself? Something that you're like, whoa, that's pretty awesome. Maybe we notice some less awesome things as well with love. And a single Om, if you'd like to join, just kind of expressing sound and feeling sound move through us. Deep breath in. And let that vibration just keep flowing through you. Can you still detect it even if you can't hear it? Feel the energy of sound and the power of it, because those waves are still moving. And hands to the heart center if you wish to join. All that is love and light in me is deeply grateful for the love and light in you. Thank you so much for joining for practice and for wishing to practice.
right? Even just wanting to practice is just a wonderful joy. Namaste. My dog knows the word namaste and starts wagging her tail and says, okay, practice is over. Otherwise, she'll just lay there through the whole practice. Thank you all so much for coming and practicing with us this morning. Hi, Elizabeth. Oh, so glad that you were here. Carrington, you're so awesome. Jazz, woohoo! Jazz, woohoo! Yeah, and she's ready to go back to sleep. Stay, mindful of your bodies if you're out there shoveling today, or maybe just wait for the warm weather to come and melt it, right? I think that might be my strategy, y'all. And feel free to pop on into the studio Tuesday for another yoga flow at 7:00. Restorative yoga on Thursday at 7, and on Friday we have recovery yoga at 5:30, and next Saturday, no snowstorm, 10:30 in the morning. That's my hope, but I'm not in charge. Mother Nature's gonna do what she gonna do, y'all. All right, mwah. Take good care, and feel free to make a donation. Go to justbeyoga.com. Thanks so much. Peace.